Welcome to Plathville. Veronica Peters publicly trashes Micah's family. In the most recent season of Welcome to Plathville, fans called out Veronica Peters for trying a little too hard to fit in with Micah Plath's family. However, based on the latest updates making the rounds, she seems to have done the complete opposite. So, what's the latest with this situation? Welcome to Plathville, fans called out Veronica Peters for trying too hard. In Welcome to Plathville Season 6 scenes, there was a big reveal regarding Micah Plath's girlfriend, Veronica Peters. The season started off with Veronica refusing to show her face in scenes. This was a dramatic way to introduce the storyline, but, eventually, she decided to film. While officially meeting Veronica as Micah's girlfriend, Welcome to Plathville fans regularly called her out for what they saw as her trying too hard to get in good with Micah's family. While that is necessary to a point, the vast majority of watchers called her out for going overboard with it, to the point of cringe. Fans dragged Veronica for being cringe in Season 6. It's one thing to try and make a good impression on the family of the person you're seeing. However, the way Welcome to Plathville fans saw it in Season 6 scenes, Veronica Peters did this to the point of cringe. At one point in Welcome to Plathville scenes, Veronica and Barry Plath bonded over narcissist Olivia. The fact that Veronica seemed all too eager to throw someone under the bus that she barely knew for essentially brownie points did not sit well with Welcome to Plathville viewers at all. Welcome to Plathville, Veronica Peters changes tune, publicly trashes Plath family. Based on the latest social media updates from Veronica Peters, she seems to have completely changed her tune. What's even more interesting is, she used her joint social media account with Micah Plath to do it. Based on what Veronica Peters had to share with her followers, she shared a pic of the back of her vehicle, which also featured a table saw. She seems to like getting her hands dirty with tools and projects as she blasted traditional roles, something that Micah's family is all about. Along with showing off her table saw, Veronica wrote, "Love being raised non-traditional. My family raised me to take no stereotyping, and today I proudly say I almost forgot to pack my table saw for work." No doubt, this public declaration from Veronica is sure to ruffle some Plath family feathers. So, it will be interesting to see if there is any fallout from this, now or down the line. Who is Micah Plath's ex-girlfriend? All about Veronica Peters. Welcome to Plathville stars Micah Plath and Veronica Peters broke up in early 2025. Micah Plath's ex-girlfriend, Veronica Peters, didn't initially want to be part of Welcome to Plathville. The Florida real estate agent was first linked to the TLC star in September 2023 when she joined the Plath family for a Labor Day trip and appeared on Plath's Instagram. Although they initially kept their relationship private, Peters eventually joined the show in August 2024. "I never was the person that wanted to be in the spotlight," she explained in her first episode. Their relationship was featured throughout Season 6 of the series, but it began to unravel by the start of Season 7 in July 2025. "I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I want to be part of the family," Peters said on the show. Shortly after the premiere, Peters revealed in an Instagram video that she and Plath had broken up months ago following a violent wedding, which she claimed involved underage drinking, abuse, and domestic violence. More recently, the Season 7 mid-season trailer mentioned Plath's sister Lydia Plath's wedding to Zach Wise, and Plath said he had to get stitches afterward. So who is Micah Plath's ex-girlfriend? Here's everything to know about Veronica Peters and her previous relationship with the reality TV star. She sells luxury real estate in Florida. Peters is a real estate agent specializing in luxury residences in her hometown of Boca Raton, Florida. According to her website, she uses her background in business and architecture, along with a lifelong connection to residential construction, to navigate her career in high-end real estate. Peters joined Premier Estate Properties in June 2021 and still works there, per her LinkedIn page. Her website bio states that she achieved the highest sale price and the highest price per square foot in the history of GL Homes estate neighborhoods. It also describes her as being known for her discreet concierge service, her insights for buyers on the most desirable neighborhoods and schools, and her ability to accurately value her sellers' properties and artfully consummate contracts that maximize their ROI. Peter's professional Facebook page has past listings for high-end properties, though it hasn't been updated since December 2022. Meanwhile, she's more active on Instagram. She tried to avoid appearing on Welcome to Plathville. Plath revealed he had a girlfriend during the July 2024 Season 6 premiere, but only a glimpse of Peter's side profile was shown at the time. She made her official Welcome to Plathville debut in an August 2024 episode. "As far as having a public relationship, you know my girlfriend likes to steer clear of that type of stuff. She would rather keep her peace," Plath told the cameras. Peters explained that her preference to stay off the show was definitely a point of contention and something they discussed at length. "I liked being in the back of the room," she added. "I liked being the one listening to everything, the one not involved in everything." She also noted that it took her time to feel comfortable about having a relationship shown on TV. "It's definitely an insecurity, like not wanting to be photographed," Peters said. "I'd rather have memories in the moment. But to make memories of the family, you sort of have to be on camera at this point." The realtor explained that she tried to hide for a while, but it didn't work. "I feel like that kind of takes our relationship to the next level," she said about going public. She and Plath discussed the possibility of marriage in a September 2024 episode. The couple went ring shopping, but Peters noted in a confessional that they hadn't seriously talked about getting married. She clarified, "We've definitely joked around about it, like, we'd randomly get married and just show up. Don't know if that's my style, being a type A, like, let's plan this." During his own confessional, Plath shared that marriage was on the table even if it was unsaid at the time. He added, "To be honest, I'm not quite ready to put a ring on it. It's a big commitment, like, in my mind, I'm so young." The reality TV star explained that he felt unsure if he was really in that stage of his life yet. She accused Plath of cheating on her several times in a July 2025 episode of Welcome to Plathville. Peters accused Plath of cheating on her multiple times. She also said that ongoing tension with Plath's family was causing problems in their relationship, and she expressed hurt over Plath's sister, Micah Plath, cutting her off. "She knew what I was going through when she treated me like that," Peters alleged. "Should I elaborate for everybody?" she asked Plath. "Should I? Because I can. And you can see why I'm so upset that you don't back me. I'd back you when you hurt me. You don't care. You care about yourself. I have backed you when you have done the most selfish things. I have backed you." The real estate agent went on to claim, "Micah's cheated on me several times," adding, "I hid his behavior. I've denied it all. I've made a united front. I lied to people to protect you when I knew the truth." Peters explained that she was scared about the truth coming out because it would hurt Plath, so she put herself and her pride aside and backed him and blamed herself. She also claimed that Micah was aware of the alleged infidelity and still blocked me through this hell. In the following episode, Plath confirmed that he cheated on Peters when they were long distance and continued to meet with other women when he moved to Florida. Peters eventually found out in May 2024, and the pair decided to work through the situation. While Plath said he tried to be as transparent as possible with Peters, it still seemed difficult for her. "I thought we were doing amazingly well, besides when family matters came up," he added. She cut ties with the Plaths in early 2025. In a July 2025 Instagram video, Peters confirmed that she and Plath broke up following a recent wedding. "So, they did it," she said in the social media clip. "They broke me. Mike and I broke up months ago after a violent wedding that was filmed on camera." Peters alleged that underage drinking, abuse, and domestic violence took place at the wedding. She claimed that there were threats, violence, and barbaric behavior at the event, and alleged she was in danger several times. "I left the family at that point," Peters added. Done. Welcome to Plathville's attempt to hide major drama falls short. Season after season, Welcome to Plathville has built its reputation on being one of the most unpredictable reality shows on television. The Plath family, with their conservative values, complex relationships, and emotional storylines, have always given fans something to talk about. However, in its latest chapter, many viewers are feeling that the show's attempt to cover up or downplay certain major drama has failed miserably. Despite production's efforts to shift focus and maintain the wholesome image of the Plath family, the underlying tensions are too obvious to ignore. Fans can see through the polished editing, and the cracks in the family's facade are more visible than ever. The season tried to present a calm, almost redemptive image of the Plaths. There were scenes of family gatherings, hopeful conversations about forgiveness, and attempts at reconciliation between estranged members. But under that thin layer of positivity, it's clear that a storm has been brewing. Long-standing grudges, emotional scars, and deep-rooted disagreements continue to haunt the family. The editing may have softened the blow, but the emotional distance and awkward body language tell the real story, one that production couldn't quite hide. The family's fractured dynamic. Since the show's beginning, the Plath family has been built around the strict leadership of Kim and Barry Plath, who raised their 9 children under conservative, isolated conditions. They avoided modern entertainment, technology, and outside influence. That foundation has long since cracked. The older Plath children, particularly Ethan, Micah, and Mariah, have all rebelled in different ways, seeking independence from their parents' restrictive lifestyle. In this new season, production seems determined to portray a narrative of healing and growth, suggesting that the family is finally moving on from its painful past. But it's impossible to mask the lingering resentment. Ethan's interactions with his parents remain distant and uneasy, while Mariah's strained expressions during family discussions hint at unresolved pain. Even Lydia, once seen as the obedient, peacekeeping daughter, has begun to show signs of quiet frustration and disillusionment. The show tried to downplay these tensions by cutting away from uncomfortable moments or shifting attention to lighter topics. But fans notice everything. When Kim and Barry talk about family unity, the children's silence speaks louder than their words. When a hug between family members feels forced, it's not hard to see through the performance. The Plaths may want to appear united for the cameras, but the emotional wounds haven't healed. Kim's attempt at redemption. Kim Plath's personal transformation has been one of the show's central storylines and one of the hardest for fans to believe. After years of being portrayed as the controlling matriarch, she's tried to reinvent herself as more open-minded, fun-loving, and accepting. But her image makeover hasn't convinced everyone. This season, Kim's attempts to show vulnerability and humility come off as strategic rather than sincere. The editing highlights her softer side, with scenes of her expressing regret for past mistakes and her desire to rebuild relationships with her children. However, moments of tension still slip through. The awkward interactions between Kim and her older children reveal how difficult forgiveness truly is. Production seems to have carefully avoided showing some of the more heated conflicts. Fans suspect that key arguments or emotional conversations were cut entirely to protect Kim's image or keep the show's tone lighter. But this only makes the omissions more noticeable. When viewers see a major emotional build-up suddenly resolve off-camera, it feels suspiciously tidy. Reality TV thrives on authenticity, and by trying to sanitize Kim's story, the show risks losing that raw edge that once made it compelling. Ethan and Olivia's strained relationship. Ethan Plath and his wife Olivia have always been a lightning rod for drama, and it's clear the show wanted to reduce the intensity this time around. In previous seasons, their marital struggle, combined with their conflict with Ethan's parents, dominated the narrative. This season, however, the focus seems to have shifted elsewhere, and yet, their tension remains undeniable. The show portrays the couple as working on their marriage, attending therapy, and trying to find common ground. But the emotional disconnect between them is evident in almost every scene they share. Production tries to gloss over the awkward silences and hesitant conversations, but their body language tells a deeper story. It's as if both of them are playing roles trying to prove to viewers that everything is fine. Many fans have noted that important conversations appear edited down to the point of confusion. It feels like key parts of their story are being hidden, perhaps to avoid reigniting controversy or exposing deeper issues that would damage the family's image. However, these half-truths only frustrate the audience. Welcome to Plathville built its success on emotional honesty, and by obscuring the reality of Ethan and Olivia's situation, the show loses some of its credibility. Mariah's quiet rebellion. Another major element the show seems to have tried to contain is Mariah's ongoing struggle with her identity and independence. In earlier seasons, Mariah became the family's most outspoken rebel, embracing modern fashion, music, and relationships. She represented a direct challenge to the Plath family's conservative values. This season, the editing presents her as calmer, more reflective, and seemingly at peace. But longtime viewers know Mariah's journey is far from settled. There are subtle signs that she's still wrestling with resentment and confusion. Her social media posts outside the show often contradict the peaceful version of her life portrayed on TV. Fans sense that much of her real story, her relationships, emotional struggles, and career aspirations has been intentionally left out. It's understandable that production wants to protect Mariah from overexposure, but the result feels hollow. The moments that made her so relatable, her honesty, her vulnerability, her courage to question everything, are missing. In trying to sanitize her arc, the show loses one of its strongest emotional anchors. Micah's shift in focus. Micah Plath, who once represented freedom and rebellion through his modeling career and life in Los Angeles, seems noticeably sidelined this season. His segments feel brief and surface level, focusing on his success and lifestyle rather than his deeper feelings about his family. This shift feels deliberate, a way to present him as the well-adjusted Plath sibling who has successfully balanced independence and family loyalty. However, this narrative feels oversimplified. Micah's past comments about his parents and siblings suggested a much more complicated emotional journey. His decision to step back from certain family conflicts may be personal, but the show's decision to avoid addressing it directly leaves a gap in the story. Fans want authenticity, not curated perfection. Lydia's hidden frustration. Lydia Plath has always been the symbol of faith and obedience within the Plath family. Her calm demeanor, deep spirituality, and loyalty to her parents once made her the emotional glue holding everyone together. But as her siblings continue to grow apart from their parents, Lydia has found herself in a difficult position, caught between love for her family and sympathy for her estranged brothers and sisters. The show tried to hide Lydia's internal conflict behind her gentle smiles and quiet prayers, but the tension is impossible to ignore. When she speaks about her siblings, there's a hint of sadness and uncertainty in her tone. It's clear that she wants peace, but she also feels the strain of being pulled in two directions. Production may have tried to minimize this drama, but Lydia's expressions and body language reveal a quiet rebellion of their own. The illusion of unity. One of the most obvious attempts to hide drama this season has been the repeated scenes of family gatherings and reconciliations. These moments are edited to appear heartwarming, the Plaths coming together, laughing, and sharing meals as if nothing has happened. But beneath the surface, viewers can sense the discomfort. The forced smiles and awkward silences suggest that not everyone is as forgiving as they appear. It's a familiar trick in reality TV. When real tension becomes too explosive to manage, the producers shift focus to more controlled, uplifting scenes. But Welcome to Plathville's charm has always come from its honesty, the raw, unfiltered look at a family struggling to balance faith, freedom, and love. Trying to hide the cracks only makes them more visible. Fans aren't buying it. Social media has been buzzing with reactions from viewers who feel the show has lost its edge. Many fans have pointed out the selective editing, missing storylines, and suspiciously quick resolutions. Discussions on platforms like Reddit and Instagram reveal that audiences want the truth even when it's messy. Some have accused TLC of protecting certain family members' images or avoiding topics that might make the network uncomfortable. Others believe the Plaths themselves are setting limits on what can be shown, perhaps to preserve personal reputations or avoid further backlash. Whatever the reason, it's clear that fans aren't fooled. They can sense when something is being hidden, and they're not happy about it. What lies ahead for the Plaths if Welcome to Plathville wants to survive long-term? It needs to return to its roots. The show became a hit not because of perfection, but because of imperfection, because it showed the raw, emotional reality of a family torn between old traditions and modern life. Viewers connected to the pain, the love, and the confusion. Trying to hide the major drama doesn't protect the family, it weakens the story. Audiences aren't asking for chaos, but they do want authenticity. They want to see the real conversations, the real emotions, and the real consequences of choices made. At this point, the Plath family's future on screen depends on their willingness to be vulnerable again. If the show continues to present a polished version of reality, it risks losing the very thing that made it special. Fans don't want a script, they want truth. In the end, Welcome to Plathville's attempt to hide its major drama has only made it more obvious. The more the show tries to cover up tension, the more viewers sense it. The family's unresolved issues between parents and children, between faith and freedom, remain at the heart of the story. And until those are addressed openly, no amount of editing can hide what's really going on.